Welcome to the U Sports Report New Mexico, your one-stop shop for all things athletics. Alongside to the recently vacationed Kimbrey Temple, I am Khalil Ekalona. Kimbrey, did you have a good time out of town?
I did. I got some sun, although you can't really tell. I'm still just as pale as before.
It'll come in. It's like with retroactive suns.
Fingers crossed.
That's how it goes. Did you get a chance to watch any of the games?
I didn't, but thankfully there's internet. And I don't know what I would do without it because social media and internet kept me up to date on everything going on in the world of sports, which right now is the time you do not want to miss.
That's right. You don't want to miss anything, ladies and gentlemen, because the NBA playoffs are on fire. Let's take a look around the nation and get you caught up on all the fantastic games going on. It was the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Atlanta Hawks in Game 4. Cleveland was up 3-0. Partially due to the effect that they have been shooting the lights out of three-point range, Kimbrey.
Yeah, you told me a little bit earlier about their three-point range in this series, and that doesn't surprise me with Cleveland, not even a little bit.
Cleveland is a strong team. LeBron James is not having it. Here's LeBron going up and gets blocked by Mr. Millsap. How often do you see that? Normally you see LeBron James as the trailer blocking a layup attempt, and Millsap gave him a little taste of his own medicine. Oh, but the blocks are going all around. It's a regular block party, ladies and gentlemen, because Cleveland's playing outstanding D. LeBron sitting back, showing them just how you hit the three-point shot, Kimbrey. I think his form was perfect on that one.
It was, and his form in this handshake was perfect as well, which I think is just as important.
It's well practiced. You have to practice your dap if you're going to be like Tyler.
Absolutely. You don't get as good as Tyler overnight, folks.
No, not at all. LeBron James taking a shot from Steph Curry range, and that's why it's Steph Curry range, ladies and gentlemen. Only one guy can hit that shot consistently. Here we are, 8 seconds left. Down by one, Mr. Schrader goes to the hole. We get nice, wonderful defense by the Cavaliers, taking it to a jump ball. 2.8 seconds left. Look, we've seen miracles happen, Kimbrey. Does it happen this time?
It does not, unfortunately for Atlanta. I told you before, I didn't see Atlanta winning this series.
Yeah.
I think Cleveland went into this with a lot of fire, and they made very minimal mistakes in this series. They wanted this a lot more than Atlanta did, apparently, but these games have been incredibly close.
They have been very, very close games, and Cleveland broke out the broom because they swept the Hawks outside of the room. All right, moving on. We're going to take a look at the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is Game 4. San Antonio up 2-1. With some great contributions from the old guys on the squad. Speaking of one of the old guys, Mr. Parker, Mr. French, some call him Pepe Le Pew. He is the man, scoring a wonderful layup, sacrificing his body. But I tell you who was not to be stopped, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kevin Durant, behind 41 points, put the team on his back and led them to a victory.
Absolutely. I'm a little bit disappointed. Here you see Kevin. He's so excited. He has a lot of energy, and this game is going in his favor. And I think Oklahoma City went into this game with a lot of excitement. I'm a little bit disappointed in San Antonio in this series.
San Antonio so far has not looked as dominant as we were all led to believe about those guys. There's Durant hitting a huge three-pointer once again. Look at him on the ground. Nice, beautiful Harlem Globetrotters type assist, which was completely unintentional. The crowd, the bench is going crazy. Durant's giving high fives. He's to the coach. Yeah, I know, I'm the man. I know, I'm the man. And there's Kevin Durant's mom, and she's dancing. My son is a good basketball player.
He is sure good at what he does.
That's right, he is. Kevin Durant, 41 points. Mr. Westbrook, 14 points, 15 assists, and 7 rebounds. Mr. Adams with 16 points. Tony Parker, 22. Kawhi Leonard, 21. LaMarcus Aldridge, 20 points. Look, 20 points is a good game, but we're used to LaMarcus Aldridge scoring in the upper 30s in this series. That game, he didn't necessarily come with it.
And, we've talked about this in so many episodes. It's not the time for you to not bring your A game. These are the playoffs, guys.
This is what you pay for.
You gotta want it.
That's right. This is what you get paid. That's why you play for, and this is what you get paid for. Let's take a look at some of the upcoming games going on in the NBA playoffs. All right, tonight we've got Game 5, Oklahoma City versus San Antonio Spurs. That series is tied 2-2. And on Wednesday, Miami and Toronto, series tied 2-2 after Miami's win last night. And Portland Golden State. I don't know if you saw what Steph Curry did, but that is a bad, bad man. 17 points in the fourth quarter, in overtime, to lift the Golden State Warriors up to a 3-1 lead over Portland. Golden State is looking to close out that series tonight, get a little bit of rest for Steph and his knee and the rest of the team. I think they're going to be able to pull that off.
I think it's going to be a great opportunity for fans to really see what Steph is made of and what these Golden State Warriors really, really are made of.
Yeah, they're looking good. 11-0 this season when playing a game after a loss. 11-0. So you beat the Blazers. I'm sorry, you beat the Warriors. You're going to have to understand that it's going to be really tough to take 2 games in a row from them. All right, moving on from the court to the ice. Yes, the ice. NHL playoffs, once again, are very blazing hot, as my buddies would say. New York Islanders taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Tampa Bay was up in this one 3-1, and they scored to go up 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. The New York Islanders, Kimbrey, for a second, they came into this series looking strong, but what happened?
You know, with the New York Islanders, I think they're one of the few teams in this playoff series that we haven't seen in quite some time doing as well as they have been doing. They face off against Tampa Bay, and they seem to have forgotten where they are, what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, the goalie forgot that he's supposed to stop shots because Mr. Hedman is about to score the second of his 2 goals, ladies and gentlemen, in this game. The New York Islanders, not only do they get swept, well, not swept, they lose the series 4-1, but they lose 4-0. Mr. Hedman, 2 goals. The Bishop, 28 saves on 28 shots. That is a beautiful, beautiful shutout. And the Tampa Bay Lightning move on to the conference finals, ready to take on whoever remains. Now, that was the game on Sunday. We're going to put you in a time machine and show you what happened on Saturday. You ready for this time machine? You got to hit the button on my phone. All right, time machine active now. Okay. Whoa. Ooh, you like that? Yeah, so suddenly we're back in Saturday. The Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Washington Capitals. Pittsburgh was up 2-1 in this series, 3-1, I'm sorry, in this series. Washington is fighting for their lives. You see a fantastic goal there to tie the game up at 1. Ovechkin, they need you to step. Holtby is mad. He's pissed off. These guys like, I don't know how I let this happen. What's up? Yeah, I'm the man. That's what he's saying to himself. They're coming, nice little shot, deflected. The Capitals remain control. Little one-timer to Alex Ovechkin, and there is the goal to put them up 1-0. You saw that previous goal that Pittsburgh did to tie the game. But look, all Washington needs is another goal, and they've got this, Kimbrey.
They do. And Washington, fortunately for themselves, is a young team. However, when they get this far into the playoffs, they tend to fumble.
They tend to choke.
They do. They do. They choke, and they forget exactly what they're supposed to be doing and how strong they really are. I think the Washington Capitals have a great deal of potential. Unfortunately, not quite enough against Pittsburgh, maybe. I guess we'll find out.
Well, we'll see. Ooh, we're back in the time machine. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen, because Washington was able to win that game. Pittsburgh still leads the series 3-2. They play a decisive Game 6 tonight. We will see if Washington, the Capitals, can hold on, or Pittsburgh sweeps and moves their way on into the conference finals. One more game we're going to take a look at, the St. Louis Blues versus the Dallas Stars. Once again, another tight game. This one, ladies and gentlemen, was not really that tight. I'm sorry. I brought your expectations up only to let them down because, look, Dallas's goaltenders let them down. Here we go. They score it. They tie it up. It looks like it's going to be a tight game in the beginning of the game.
It does.
But then what happens in the second and third period that just lets one team take complete control?
You see the St. Louis team come into this game, and they're playing against Dallas. The Dallas Stars have made kind of a reputation for themselves in this past season, or the regular season, I should say, and they're facing off against the Dallas Stars. So the Blues are playing their A game in this game, and it certainly works out very well for them.
It definitely did work out well for them to the tune of 4-1. And that game that occurred on Saturday set St. Louis up 3-2, but last night Dallas was able to win, so we have a decisive Game 7, New Mexico, coming up, and that gets played on Wednesday. So let's look at a couple of these upcoming games going on in the playoffs, because we've got two Game 7s, Kimbrey. Two.
We do.
It's amazing to see. Okay, yes, Washington and Pittsburgh taking place tonight. Tomorrow, St. Louis versus Dallas. And I don't know what's going to happen. Who do you think right now, from what you've seen in the playoffs, has a really solid shot at taking the Stanley Cup?
You know what? I hate to say this, but I think the Pittsburgh Penguins
Oh.
have a very good shot at surprising a lot of people. Whether they get all the way to the Stanley Cup, I can't guarantee, but I'm going to tell you right now, Pittsburgh has given a lot of effort into the regular season and these playoffs. We've seen a lot of dominance and a lot of potential, and if anybody's going to come from nothing to something, it's hopefully Pittsburgh.
Okay, we're going to see if the Pittsburgh Penguins can actually do it and hold true to Kimberly's prediction. All right, moving on. We're speaking about dominance and effortlessness. The Kentucky Derby took place on Saturday, and that was a fantastic race. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, in no other place in the world do thousands and thousands of people dress up to drink and to watch 2 minutes of athletic action, and they're not by most humans. It is taking place on horses, and Nyquist was the favorite, and Nyquist pulls around. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, Nyquist did what he normally does around the last turn and the final stretch, just absolutely pulled away from the field. The first step in getting the Triple Crown, ladies and gentlemen, the coveted Triple Crown. And yeah, so if you put some money down on it, you're a happy person. If you didn't, you're a happy person. Hey, if you were able to have a mint julep, you're a very, very happy person.
Absolutely.
That's how it goes. Okay, that's it for Around the Nation. We've got Mr. Tyler Ortega, the college rundown, coming up, and a little bit later, we're going to go over the Major League Baseball standings with the Maverick Man here on the U Sports Report.